Well, this is something that I just had to check out. As much as I knew a lot of the crazy stuff with China, they overproduce on a lot of things. I try to definitely help the local people, local business, whatever I can do. I do my best. I'm not the richest man, I'm not the richest person. I do my best, and it's great. But once in a while, you find something, and it's just you gotta try it. So this is not the first time I had this style of beer, which the concept is beer, and then they added something to it. So what got me is this one has Jasmine tea. So there was one, I forgot what it was. Ugh. It was some kind of weird infusion, and it was really good. So I enjoy good jasmine tea. It's slightly bitter, but it's very floral. Uh, my dad really got me into it. He was Hispanic, he's Mexican, he's from Mexico. Came to America, but he really wanted to learn about other cultures. He just loved it. And he brought jasmine tea home. That's what started my things. I didn't know. I was just drinking. Oh, this is what they do, yeah. And then I watched the movies and I got older. I'm like, oh, this is part of the culture. This is what they do. So it really grew on me. Very floral. Um, there definitely was a beer that had lavender, and I was blown away by it. Blown away by it. Very old, original, but whew. So sometimes it just takes a little bit. Sometimes you can do more, but finding that balance. And even then, some people might like it, and then somebody else might be like, "Oh, I want more," so they want more, and you might find that group that wants more. Yep, it's slightly floral. You don't really smell bitter, but you really have something that reminds you, like it's like, oh, that's going to be bitter. It's not like dark or heavy though. It's just like there's gonna be something there. But definitely floral bitterness. It's like oil and bitterness, and then you taste the flower at the same time. That's what flowers have to give. Sometimes when you do it fresh, you don't get much of the bitter, so you get more of the floral on the plant. Kind of not quite green, we get plant flavors. And then when you do straight up plants, you get that green, earthy, heavy bitterness. This does not seem that deep. It's like black tea, floral, and a touch of earthiness, and fresh herbs, like very light, right when you start to bite into them. They must have not used a lot because that's just the right amount. It's leaving very heavy floral notes, but are not overwhelming. It's like licking a petal, and then you bite it. At first it's soft, and it all kicks in, and then it goes into the grainy, hoppy, malty kind of thing at the end, cereally. But it like the jasmine tea goes first, and then everything else just comes in afterwards. All right, solid. That's done solid. Yeah, it's orangey-ish, it's citrusy-ish, it's floral. It's like jasmine has, so the pigment in the flowers. This is a bit like if you want to learn about it, it takes more than studying. You just have to find these random flowers. Red pigment, bluish is rare, green, yellow, orange, all those things like bell peppers and stuff. It tastes like a bell pepper, but there are other flowers that have orange in them. But when you taste the pigment, then you understand that those two things are separate, but the orange pigment really brings them together. The red pigment makes them kind of related. And you can describe the fruit or the vegetable, and that's great. But when you describe, oh, these have the same pigment, only those that have had the pigment understand, like, oh, yeah, I totally get that. That's exactly where it was at. That's the spot it was at. That was the depth. That was the bitterness. That was all exactly where it's at. So on this one, you have some of the green, fresh plant. Then it goes into the jasmine petals, which have a slight bitterness, but it's very mellow. And then the bitterness of the hops and the grain all come all together on one, but allow that fruity, citrus, vibrant floralness to take over, and it's very pleasant. So that's what I have. If you don't find it pleasant, either you got a bad batch or you have a super taster. Super tasters can taste bitterness. It's like a shark in water. One drop of blood, they can smell it. Bitter person that's sensitive to it is like, nope, I can. They usually don't like broccoli or heavy earthy green plants because they taste all of it. And the ones that don't taste it at all, you're not a super taster, but you get to taste the undertones, the beautiful notes that come across after that. And it's amazing. It's amazing what broccoli has. I mean, you can get past those bitter notes. Gorgeous. It has floral in this too because it is covered technically in flowers. That's what it's called. Those are all flowers on the top. Didn't know that, huh? Well, hopefully you check into it and you find out. I want you to like it, but for now, if you're not, try this one. Hopefully I got that. There you go. It's from China, and it has jasmine tea. And jasmine tea comes in multiple things. When you do little notes of it and build your way up, you will find a lot of the qualities and all the things you're trying to describe. So hopefully that helps you out. I like this one. 2 thumbs up. Good for me. Good for you. Have a good night.